Hey everybody, this is me doing another review for another Jessica Jones episode 3, God Help the Hobo. I actually watched this episode a while ago, but I didn't do a review for it because I was really tired. I was in between night shifts that time, so I was just exhausted. But now I've got some time on my hands. I've watched another episode, which I'll also review a few minutes from now, and I'll probably watch a few more episodes moving forward and review them as well. So this episode 4, we're finally starting to get into the meat of this season. We finally get to see Jessica's full arc on this season. If last season was her getting over Kilgrave and everything Kilgrave did to her, this season, it's her getting over her killer instinct, her drive to murder people. Basically, she's always angry, she's alienating all of her friends, she has zero tolerance for anyone, and she basically bashes the head of anyone who tells her otherwise. And this entire episode, she was faced with this comparison to this other woman who attacked her at the restaurant, or was it the bar, I think. And she finds that her and the killer, the woman who killed Simpson, have a lot in common. And as a matter of fact, pretty much they have everything in common. Right up until the moment where, at the end, she kills the guy, and Jessica basically looks at the dead body of the person and how viciously he was killed, and she basically says, no, that's not me. I don't want to be like that. That's just not who I am. Which I love that. That's who Jessica is. She could be the most horrible person you'll ever meet, but at the end of the day, she's still a hero, even if she doesn't want to admit it. She has a heart of gold. Now, let's talk a little bit about Trish in this episode. I like the storyline where she takes Simpson's inhaler and uses it on herself to give herself enhanced powers. I have a theory that by the end of the season we're going to see Trish in full superhero mode as Hellcat. Her street name, because they all need street names, like Daredevil has his street name, so Trish could be Hellcat. Who knows? Malcolm showed off his loyalty in this episode. I love Malcolm. Refusing to work for Chang despite better terms, better conditions, let's put it that way. But, Jessica's the one who basically saved his life, and she got him sober. So he's eternally grateful for that. And speaking of eternally grateful, let's talk a little bit about Oscar. Finally, the change I've been waiting for has happened. Oscar is now on the light side after Jessica saved his son, which was, I think, written pretty good, with the bitch wife showing up. And, I guess the son, can't remember his name right now. The son clearly doesn't want to be around when mommy and daddy are fighting, and I don't think I've ever shared this, but my parents are divorced, so I sympathize with the kid. I mean, it's hard to be in the same room where, you know, mommy and daddy are just constantly fighting over you. It's traumatizing, and it never really leaves you. I'm 24 now, and I still can't stand it. And my parents are still fighting, apparently. So I get why the kid did what he did, and I'm not saying that you should jump out of a window. Obviously, he was just teasing Jessica when he fell by accident. Of course, you know, as parents usually are, when their kid is in danger, their first instinct is to blame the person who helped them and save their kid's life. But after they had some time to think, or at least in the case of Oscar, he finally came around, and you know, him and Jessica are friends now, and maybe this could lead to something a bit more than just friendship. I don't know if Luke's gonna show up in this season again. I don't know if Jessica and Luke are gonna have a long-lasting relationship throughout the next few seasons of all the other shows, but we'll just have to wait and see. I'm really starting to like the Oscar character now. He's slowly becoming one of my favorite new characters from this season. Once again, though, unfortunately, I could not care less about the Jerry Hogarth storyline. I'm sorry. I wasn't that big of a fan of Jerry Hogarth in the previous season, but I think previous season it was the writing was a lot better on that character. This season it's just boring. You know, I don't know. It doesn't grab me as much as maybe it does some of you. That's just my opinion, of course. There's no reason to treat my opinion any different than any other one. What else? This new character, Inez Green. She's I'm saying this after having already seen the next episode, so I know what happens with her. But she's basically I don't know if I want to give away spoilers to the next episode if you've seen it or not, but she's basically the first actual step that Jessica and Trish made in this investigation. No telling where it will lead them to, but one can only hope for the best, I guess. And of course, the episode ends with Jessica being arrested out in the street in front of everybody for supposedly killing the guy who, by the way, broke into her house and stole everything she owned on a case. I can think of several reasons why that guy should have been arrested, but I'm not a police officer. So, that's my opinions on Jessica Jones, Season 2, Episode 4, aka God Help the Hobo. I hope you enjoyed my little conversation with the mic here, and I hope you like this show, first of all, and I hope you like my series of review videos, and I'll see you again in just a few minutes. Goodbye now.